Play me some Pippin, man. Play me some Pippin, man.
What's going on, guys? It's NoChainzz, and I'm back for another commentary. And last week, you guys saw that we defeated the Miami Dolphins, and we proved Skip Bayless wrong. And this week, we're going to be playing our second game against the Cleveland Browns at their stadium, still in Ohio, so there should be a fair amount of Bengals fans in attendance, and they still have Donovan McNabb leading their team. And last time, he didn't do enough to lead this team to a victory. However, their defense did play efficient, forcing Andy Dalton to throw 2 picks, I believe. And so that's our main focus this time, to get the offense going early and keep the turnovers to a minimum. And I know it'll be a little bit worse this time, seeing as though they have Joe Hayden back, their star corner. But just like last week, they try to start off the last matchup against the Browns. They try to start off with a few passes to the tight end, and they actually got off to a very quick start against our team in the first matchup, and they're doing the same thing right now. And really quick, before I get into commentating the gameplay, I didn't mention that this is the second game that I'll be playing on the Moonlight Swami sliders, and this will be the last one I play. I switched the sliders back to the regular All Madden ones next week. But their drive ended up stalling, so Andy Dalton and the Bengals get the ball back on offense as he hits A.J. Green for an 11-yard gain. He's actually had a quiet few games other than the first game. The first game he was doing great, and in terms of yards. And this is the debut for LeGarrette Blount. I ended up choosing him because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ended up trading for Pierre Thomas from the Saints, and he lost the position battle in real life. And look at that juke move, but he ends up getting a big hit, but he ends up losing the position battle to Doug Martin, the rookie. So it seemed like LeGarrette Blount was the odd man out in Tampa Bay, so I decided, let me go ahead and try and scoop him up for a low price, pick him up, add him to my running back committee so we can have a Earth, Wind, and Fire type thing. I hope you guys remember that when the Giants had that with Derek Ward, Brandon Jacobs, and Mod Bradshaw. So that's what I'm going to be going for, but we're trying to ease them into the offense this game, and they actually have a good defense, so this isn't a good team to have your Bengals debut against if you want to get like 100 yards. But look, Donovan McNabb is hurt, and that's going to bring in Colt McCoy on 3rd and 21. Tried to throw the screen, couldn't find anybody, just running back and forth, and ends up getting sacked by Michael Johnson. But LeGarrette Blount, I thought he was a good pick for a power back, not asking for too much. They only took a 4th-round pick, I believe it was. So they took a 4th-round pick for LeGarrette Blount, and that wasn't a lot at all. That was actually really cheap. And the season is going really good, so that didn't seem like it's going to be that great of a pick anyway. So only a 4th-round pick for LeGarrette Blount. And Andy Dalton throws his first pick of the game to Sheldon Brown, trying to force it into Chad Johnson. But we still had the lead 3-0, and with less than 2 minutes, Colt McCoy is going to try the 2-minute drill as he hits number 86, and I think that was Watson, and he's leading the hurry up right now. McCoy is back to pass again, gets all day in the pocket. I don't know why he got all day that time, but here's Trent Richardson, the running back rookie for the Cleveland Browns. And here he's back to pass, getting a lot of time again, and hits Gordon, so they're moving it on. So it looks like they're going to score a touchdown here. But after taking a loss on 2nd and 13, he hits the tight end. And 3rd and 3 coming up with less than 30 seconds to go. And he gets a drop by Josh Cribbs. He delivered that ball perfectly. But Josh Cribbs ended up dropping the ball. And that's a problem that I have with these sliders. The computer doesn't catch the ball well at all, except on defense, as T.J. Ward catches his 2nd pick of Andy Dalton. Not his 2nd pick, but Andy Dalton's 2nd pick. He throws his 2nd interception. So it's only the 3rd quarter, so we're going to have to try to tighten up in terms of giving the ball away. And just unsettled in the pocket, McCoy throws it right to Taylor Mays, but he's not going to be able to get a return. But our defense ended up getting pressure that time and kept him with happy feet in the pocket. And he ended up giving that one away. But Andy Dalton gets sacked by, I believe that's DeQuell Jackson, a pretty good linebacker. And on 3rd and 6, Dalton is back to pass. Looking, can't find anybody. And he is sacked by, I believe that's Sean Ellis. And we have a tie game at 3 up as they get another drop by Josh Cribbs. See, that's what I was talking about. And LeGarrette Blount gets a nice little game for the first down. And this is a pretty dry game in terms of offense, but Andy Dalton throws his 3rd pick of the game against the Browns, throwing it to the Quail Jackson. That's a bad read on my part. A lot of these are bad reads on my part. So it's not any lack of skill from Andy Dalton. It's just me making bad decisions. But Colt McCoy throws it up again, and it gets deflected by Leon Hall. And we get the ball back in the 4th quarter. Still 3-0, so neither team has gotten into the end zone as Frosty Rucker, the former Bengal, picks off Andy Dalton for the 4th time of the day. So this Browns defense, I actually underrated coming into this game. I didn't think that their defense was going to catch 4 against one of the best quarterbacks in the league as far as passer rating goes. But on 3rd and 8 with a little less than 5 minutes to go in the game, Colt McCoy is back to pass, and he is going to get the pass deflected by Nate Clements. Great coverage on that play by Nate Clements, and I can't stress enough how big of a part in this defense he is going to be for the remainder of this year. But we get the ball back after they tack on the field goal, and Andy Dalton hits Jermaine Gresham, his 2nd favorite target of this year so far. And Dalton is back to pass again, finds A.J. Green on a comeback, breaks a few tackles, and almost took that one all the way, gets it to about the 30-yard line. And he has 72 yards on the day so far. And we're driving, trying to tie this game up or even better as he finds Chad Johnson, but Chad Johnson drops it. And I think with these sliders, if you don't have a catching rating of over like 80, you drop passes. I don't know what it is because he was wide open that play. But we hit Jermaine Gresham again, and on 3rd and 6, we're going to try to throw the screen. Green Ellis catches it, but can he outrun everybody? No, but we're going to get set up to take a field goal, and our defense is going to have to play well and stop this offense. And with a backup quarterback, that shouldn't be too hard. So it's a tie game as the Browns get the ball back with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go, and they're hoping that they can get a field goal after gaining some yards to win this game. But Colt McCoy just can't find anybody wide open. We had great coverage by our cornerbacks and safeties on that play, so they end up taking the sack, and they're just going to try to run it on 3rd and 17, and the rookie fumbles, and it is recovered by who else other than Nate Clements, the guy we were signed and we were hoping could make a big impact, but we're just going to run the ball a few times. Green Ellis gets to the outside. It is important that he stays in bounds, and he ends up staying in bounds, and we run it again. And on 3rd and goal with 5 yards to go, they don't have any timeouts left, so we're just going to run it and take the field goal. But he gets stopped, and that kind of moves the placeholder to the left on the left hash mark, so it would have been better if we could have had it centered. But we're going to kick it with Mike Nugent, and he is going to make it. And with 24 seconds left, what can they do? And on 4th and 3 after getting stopped, they're just going to launch one deep and pray. And Colt McCoy can't even get it far enough, and it is knocked down by Leon Hall. And the Cincinnati Bengals emerge victorious over the Cleveland Browns, getting the clean sweep. But there still is a lot of division play. We haven't even played the Pittsburgh Steelers yet, and we play them next week, so that'll definitely be a good game, them being our toughest division opponent. We just can't seem to beat them a lot. We only beat them a few times in the last couple years. But here's the news center. Nail-biter in Cleveland ends with Cincinnati on top. That was a great game. And we had an easy beginning of the schedule. We have a very tough second half of the schedule, and we're the only unbeaten team other than the Atlanta Falcons. And both of these teams are doing great. Which team will make it to 10-0? You guys have to tune in to see how we play against the Pittsburgh Steelers, our toughest division rival.